Hello and welcome to Rise and Unwind. My name is Dan. We're that show that brings people from across the country to talk to us about things that can lift you up throughout the week and maybe let you unwind on the weekend. On this week's show, we got this. That looks like a super high-tech Scooby van. I'm down with that.
That's a great way of saying it. I'm going to borrow that.
All of that and more right here on Rise and Unwind. With nearly half of Americans living with diabetes or pre-diabetes, the impact of this disease is something that affects all of us. November is American Diabetes Month, and here to shed light on what the American Diabetes Association is doing to raise awareness and fight for a future without diabetes is ADA's CEO, Chuck Henderson. Welcome to the show, Chuck. How are you?
Oh, man, thank you for having me.
All right, so just how widespread is diabetes in the United States, and why is it so critical that we're all aware of the issue?
Yeah, to your point, you had alluded to some of the stats a moment ago. I mean, nearly 1 in 2 Americans have diabetes or pre-diabetes, and that's 136 million Americans living in the United States. And just to, put a pin in that, 4.5 years ago when I started at the ADA, there were 124 million Americans living with diabetes. And so, this is an urgent need from an impact perspective to get the word out, awareness, tools. We all know somebody that's struggling with diabetes, struggling to afford insulin. When we think about every 26 seconds, someone in the U.S. is diagnosed with diabetes, it's the ADA's mission is to prevent, treat, and eventually find a cure for diabetes. So, this is an urgent moment for us to all rally together.
And for those of you that may not know, could you walk us through the difference between type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes?
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you have diabetes, your blood glucose or your blood sugar levels rise too high. And in type 1 diabetes, your immune system mistakenly destroys the beta cells in your pancreas that actually make the insulin. And eventually what that does to your body is it's no longer able to make its own insulin. And in type 2 diabetes, your body does not make enough insulin or does not use the insulin it does make well. And so type 2 diabetes is the most common type of diabetes. And then thirdly, you have gestational diabetes, which develops during pregnancy. And that means that your blood glucose levels may or may not return to normal after giving birth. And so even if they do return to normal, you still have a higher risk for developing type 2 diabetes later in life and a need to be tested regularly by your healthcare professional.
So can you share how the ADA is working to increase diabetes awareness and support for those that are affected?
Yeah, so first and foremost, know your risk for developing diabetes and to be aware of the symptoms. And then there's a 60-second free type 2 diabetes risk test online, or you can go to the ADA diabetes.org/risk test. And so what that does is discover your risk and encourage people to do the same. And then if type 1 diabetes runs in your family, the chances of you or your child developing that is going to be much higher. But at the end of the day, early detection is always key to help you avoid any diabetes-related complications like heart, kidney, or eye-related diseases. And then from an association standpoint, when we think about the resources, we have Project Power, which is a lifestyle change program for the whole family. We have an Ask the Expert series where we tackle commonly faced issues. We can ask questions and hear from others with similar experiences.
And finally, what steps is the ADA taking to achieve its vision of a world free from diabetes? And how can people help join in on this mission?
So I would say, some of my favorite taglines now, it takes all of us. And we fight. As we all know, diabetes is an epidemic. So there's a couple things. First, it's important, again, for you to know your symptoms and the risk. And then the American Diabetes Association has programs and resources available to support people in living well with diabetes and to prevent diabetes. And finally, our fight to end diabetes is more urgent than ever. And so you can go to diabetes.org/WeFight to learn more about diabetes, access our programming, and find ways to get involved with our great American Diabetes Association.
Chuck Henderson, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
The SEMA show is where automotive dreams come to life, showcasing everything from the latest cutting-edge accessories to jaw-dropping concept cars. And while SEMA isn't open to the public, we're lucky enough to get ourselves a little inside look, because today we are joined by James Bell, head of public relations at Kia America. He has over 25 years in the automotive world, and James knows exactly what car enthusiasts want to see. So he's here to give a glimpse of what's new, what's next, and what we can expect in the future of driving. James, it's great to have you here.
Thank you. Playing with cars, driving cars, talking about cars. It's a good day.
All right, James, let's start with a big question. What's the coolest thing you've seen on the floor of the show at SEMA this year?
Well, it's pretty simple. It's the machine over my shoulder here. That's the Kia Adventure concept. Sorry, Weekender concept. We have two concepts here, so it gets even better, but that's the Weekender. This is a full electric, kind of an adventure machine, I guess you could say, that is built to be going off-road. Obviously, it's got a tough suspension, great off-road tires, ready to go anywhere, but does so in a very sustainable way. One of the things that's been interesting here at SEMA is people saying, well, an EV, is that a good idea to go off-road in? I can't charge. Well, let's be fair, there's not gas stations out in nature either, but there's also a lot less that can go wrong. With EVs, you have very few moving parts. And so what we wanted to do with the Weekender concepts is to say, okay, let's get you off the grid, let's get you out into nature, but do it, in a very sustainable way. So we have solar panels that go all across the roof of the vehicle, keep those batteries charged up when you're out in the wilderness. But the thing I love is the turbo hydro wheels on the side. Essentially, they're fans that are built in there. So as you're driving to the location, those fans are going to spin and create new electricity to go back into the battery pack. When you arrive at your destination, those solar panels go to work, put energy back in. And then also, let's say you're up on a mountaintop and there's a breeze that goes by. Those fans are going to spin and create new electricity. So there's just lots of ways to keep you safe, comfortable, and sustainable when you're out in nature. And I think that is really the future of where personal transportation is going.
That looks like a super high-tech Scooby van. I'm down with that.
That's a great way of saying it. I'm going to borrow that. Thank you very much.
Go ahead. All right, from your perspective, what are some of the biggest trends in the automotive world that are kind of like popping up here at SEMA?
Well, SEMA is really all about, personalizing your ride, whether it's, making it go faster, brake harder, turn better, things like that. But for some people, maybe they're happy with the way their car drives. They just want it to look a little different, or maybe, kind of upgrade the experience. That one of the things that I think is interesting, we saw this trend maybe 5-6 years ago, but it's really caught on and is very affordable and easy to do now, is having your vehicle wrapped. I've seen lots of vehicles here that have, gone through that process, and it's just so much fun. Your current car, let's pretend it's, it's white. And you think, wow, if this was red, that'd be great. But nobody wants to paint their car. It's never going to look right. It's expensive. It's not easy. Go in, find a shop in your local area that can have the wrap done. Get it the color you want. Get it the texture you want. You could do some amazing things with these wraps now. And drive it that way for a couple of years, really express your personality. But maybe a year later, you think, I don't really like what I did there. That wrap can come right off, doesn't impact the paint underneath, and you can put on something else or go back to the original. So the idea of buying a stock vehicle is, we all love that new car smell. We like having that new car in our driveway. Well, you can personalize the outside very easily, affordably, and safely. So for me, I think that's a lot of fun.
And since SEMA isn't really open to the public, how do you think consumers at home can still benefit from what's being shown at some of the innovations that are on display this weekend?
The compilation and the collection of energy in this room is really amazing. Not only from accessory companies and tuning companies, but also from companies like Kia, from the car manufacturers. We all come together and say, here's what's next. And so I think that's where consumers can benefit. You can see things that will be on vehicles. Like I said, wraps 5 years ago was kind of a crazy idea. Today it feels very mainstream. So I think that's the benefit for consumers, that you can kind of get a glimpse into the future. And because these companies are also aggressive and excited about some of these new ways of doing things, they'll be very affordable as well.
Hey, we used to wrap our station vehicles a long time ago, but I guess the kids caught up with the trends.
There we are. See, you're vanguard out there.
All right. Well, where could our viewers go get more information and maybe keep up with the trends of SEMA and whatnot?
I think two places would be great. Number one, to kia.com. You can learn more about the weekender concept here. Also, the adventure concept that we did that's built on our EV9 SUV, which is on sale today. So kia.com is a great place. I would also recommend going to SEMA.org, SEMA.org. That is a great location that has a compilation of everybody that's here and give you a glimpse into the future.
James Bell, thanks for coming back to be on the show again, my friend.
Anytime. Thank you.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday are just around the corner, and if you're looking to score the best deals on tech, planning is pretty much everything. So joining us today is Andrea Smith, an award-winning journalist and tech expert, and some people call her a techspert. Okay, maybe I'm the only one. She's here to share her top tips for navigating the shopping frenzy, from finding the hottest gadgets to sticking to a budget. Andrea's got this inside scoop to help you make the most of the season's biggest sales. Andrea, welcome to the show, my friend.
Dan, thank you so much for having me.
All right. You got to get to this. What is your top tip for shopping on the day that we call Black Friday, and then maybe jumping online and doing some Cyber Monday shopping?
Yeah, well, so of course, the first thing I would always say is to be prepared, have a plan, right? You want to make that list. Don't go out the door without a list of what you want, or you will be distracted and over budget. Then you want to really know who you're buying something for. For instance, if you're shopping for a crafter, you definitely want to head right over and check out the Cricut Joy Extra. It's a compact and popular smart cutting machine, great for personalized gifts, holiday decor, labels, cards, and gift tags that I'm always running out of. You can make all of these for the holiday season. It can cut over 50 different materials, including vinyl, cardstock, and iron-on, so you're going to be able to make some great projects, no matter your skill level, novice or expert. It uses the free Design Space app, so this is just a great gift idea for somebody who likes to do DIY holiday projects.
And I know you're always out and about shopping. What kind of deals are you seeing this year? And are there any really standout offers that we should probably know about?
So first of all, here's a secret. I do not like shopping, but
okay.
I love deals, okay? And here's the deals that you're going to be looking at, whether it's in the store or online. Computers, laptops, tablets. This is the time to buy those. There's going to be some great prices. You might see some good sales on Apple devices, which we don't normally see during the year. You'll probably see those in the form of a gift card back at retailers like Best Buy. And if you're shopping for someone who wants earbuds or headphones, keep an eye on Target and Walmart. Those are usually great doorbuster deals for them. Also, smart speakers, Amazon, Google, if you're shopping online and you want one of those are usually up to about 40% off during Black Friday season. So keep an eye on online and those paper flyers.
Are there any must-have tech items or gadgets that people kind of should keep an eye out for?
Yeah, so this year it's incredible. Emergency home backup power is a huge category. And Dan, I've seen so many of these during the year at different tech shows. The Jackery 2000 V2 solar generator is among the lightest and smallest out there. It's just a must-have during power outages. It's plug-and-play easy. It's got fast charging capabilities. There are 3 AC power outlets, so you're going to be able to keep those crucial devices like your fridge, your air conditioning, your internet, all stay on during a power outage. It's also got a silent indoor charging mode, so, because these are safe to use indoors, you're not going to be bothered by that kind of, generator sound when you're sleeping or watching TV. And they're also great for outdoors, too. You can use them on a camping trip. It'll keep all your appliances up and running. That's
awesome. I kind of want one of those so I could sit out in the woods or somewhere cool and just edit and work and do that from my laptop. All right. Is there anything else we're missing, or where can we go for more information and find some of the best deals for this shopping holiday season?
Yeah, so this time I would suggest that everybody look on the brand's websites and follow the brands that they're looking at on social media, because you might find some really good Black Friday deals and the latest pricing on there.
Andrea Smith, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks, Dan.
Singles Day might have started off as a celebration of self-love, but it's kind of grown into one of the world's biggest shopping events, bigger than Cyber Monday. And today, we're joined by lifestyle expert Valerie Greenberg to share her insider tips on how to take advantage of amazing discounts under unique products and fun challenges through AliExpress. Welcome to the show, Valerie. How are you?
I'm so good, so happy to be here with you and to share all of these amazing deals and more about Singles Day.
Okay. What is Singles Day? I've never really heard of it. I've heard it mentioned before, but I'm thinking, is it dollar singles, relationship singles, and how could it be really bigger than Cyber Monday?
Well, let me explain all of this to you. So Singles Day was actually started 15 years ago. And what it has evolved into is something that everyone can embrace. It's all about individuality and self-care. And that's exactly what AliExpress is giving us, with up to 90% off of products so that we can celebrate individuality and self-care. And this is literally the biggest sale of the year from now until November 18th. And what's super cool is you just download the app and we have a challenge. It's called the Shake That App Challenge. So basically within that, there's a few different things that can happen. You can win to enter a $1 channel where you could get prizes like a PlayStation Sony 5 or an HP 14-inch computer like you see right in front of me as well for $1. We also have mega prizes. So every day, shake the 3 times and you could enter to win a $10,000 credit for flying, which is amazing. You could also get a $3,000 shopping credit. And what I love is that AliExpress has a variety of categories with so many different items that you can choose from.
So what kind of trends are you seeing this year for as the holidays do approach?
Yes, so what I want to point out is that Thanksgiving is really late this year. So over 50% of people that we surveyed actually said that they were hoping that they could get a sale in advance of Cyber Monday. And that's exactly why you should take advantage of Singles Day. Also, almost 30% of people thought that it would be beneficial if smart shopping and sales would be, spread out over the course of the year so that they could kind of control what they were spending. And again, why this sale is such an incredible one to take advantage of.
So what do you suggest for someone that is looking for shopping with their friends? What are some of the things that you go for first?
Yeah, so also, this is amazing. So what I love, and whenever my girlfriends and I do like holidays parties, we have amazing beauty products. So you could get your own at-home manicure and save instead of going to an expensive salon with this incredible nail kit that we have, as well as the LED nail dryer. They also have fashion finds that are incredible and so spot on. I love this rhinestone purse. This is only $4, pretty incredible. Cute plush slippers, as well as home decor. We've got pots and pans, a five set of pots and pans. So if you've got a chef in your life, you can gift it to them and then you can actually have them cook for you. So I like that. And also, traveling is so big this year. And what is amazing is that we not only have travel items for ourselves, like this amazing suitcase, but you can also take your pet with you on the go with this travel carrier. So if you do win that $10,000 mega prize, and be sure to check the app on November 18th to see what you've won, all those shakes, then guess what? You can get all your travel stuff right from aliexpress.us.
And honestly, you know that little cat carrier you got there?
Yes.
I'm a huge fan, and I got one right here. Boom.
It's so
I got
cute,
mine.
right?
I've used this like crazy. It's one of the best things I've ever purchased. So,
see, the funny thing is, I can't see you, but I can hear you, and I'm sure whatever you're holding up is cute. But this is pristine. This is fabulous.
It's the exact same one, but mine's in yellow.
Oh, I love it.
So, where else can we go and download the app and learn more about Singles Day and maybe get some more products from AliExpress?
Yeah, so if you go to aliexpress.us, that's a fantastic way of finding out about everything we just discussed and all the products that are offered and the big discounts. And also be sure to download the app. So just go to your app store or go to your Android Google Play and you're good to go. And you can get in on all the savings.
Valerie Greenberg, thanks for joining me this morning and showing us all the cool stuff for Singles Day.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Open enrollment is here, and for many Floridians, navigating the ACA marketplace can feel a little overwhelming. So joining us today is Robert Ruiz Mas, Vice President of Individual Business at WellPoint. He's here to help break it all down with new options available this year and tips to finding the right plan that can fit your needs. Robert, welcome to the show, my friend.
Good morning. Thank you, Dan.
So, who in Florida should be paying attention to open enrollment, which started on November 1st?
Everyone in Florida should be aware of the open enrollment period. If it doesn't impact them directly, it may impact someone they care about. This is the time of year when so many of us are looking at the health insurance options we have for 2025. Some people will get those through their employer. Some people may be eligible for Medicare or Medicaid. But for those that aren't eligible for those three, the Affordable Care Act is a market that may be very attractive for them.
So what benefits are typically included in the ACA marketplace plans?
The ACA has a critical tenet that all the plans must be affordable and comprehensive. And so when we talk about comprehensive, those include preventative care at no cost to the consumer. And preventative care will be things like your annual wellness exam, mammographies, colonoscopies, et cetera. And we know those are critical because early detection of chronic diseases really leads to better lifestyle, better health outcomes, and ultimately lower medical.
So what would you say to someone that feels that they can't afford health coverage right now?
Well, we know budgets are strapped right now for many people with their households. I would say to them that purchasing health insurance can actually help you save money. We know that 60% of the uninsured adults today report having medical debt, and medical debt is the number one reason for bankruptcies in America. So imagine a person that doesn't have access to health insurance, that suddenly has a bad turn in their health, and now they're trying to manage their health, they're trying to manage incredibly expensive medical costs, and still manage the budget. That can become really stressful for people.
So are there specific ways people could lower the cost of their health plans?
There are. So another key tenet of the Affordable Care Act is it offers premium assistance to many families based on household income. And so we actually find that 9 out of 10 people that are applying for ACA plans are eligible for some form of premium assistance. And then in addition to that, WellPoint offers a Smart Rewards program where people can earn digital gift cards for certain health and wellness activities.
And WellPoint, it's introducing new options for people in Florida this year, but your organization has a long history of providing health coverage across the country. That's correct, right?
That's right, we do. So WellPoint is an organization that's been around for 25 plus years. Offering coverage to 3 million Americans today. And importantly, it's part of a family of companies that offers coverage, health insurance coverage to more than 46 million people around the country.
So where can people go to learn more about WellPoint's plans?
The best place to go would be wellpoint.com. People can go to wellpoint.com and shop and compare plans, identify if they're eligible for premium assistance, and get more information about all the different offerings that are out there.
So are there any key dates Floridians should keep in mind during open enrollment?
There are key dates. So the open enrollment period started November 1st. It will run through January 15th. However, importantly, for people that want coverage with a January 1st, 2025 effective date, they'll need to apply by December 15th, which is critical. If they miss that December 15th date, they can still continue to apply through January 15th, but those plans will become effective February 1st.
Robert Ruiz Mas, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and whether you're hosting a small gathering or a huge feast, planning can sometimes, if not more often, feel extremely overwhelming. So joining us today from Seattle to share her playbook for a stress-free, budget-friendly holiday is Meredith Bunche, director at Amazon Fresh. Meredith, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing my best. That's what I gotta say, especially with the holidays rolling in. I gotta hang out with some family members I may or may not want to see, all of them. But Thanksgiving, it can feel a lot like like a lot of tackle. So where do you recommend people to start when preparing their holiday meals, I guess?
Yeah, it's a great question. Thanksgiving is our customers' favorite holiday. Over 90% of Amazon Fresh customers celebrate Thanksgiving. And this year, I am here to hopefully make it slightly less stress-free, affordable, and convenient for everyone. So my biggest tip is to start planning early. You can never start too soon. I think you want to visualize your table, think about all the dishes that you want, and then find the recipes for those dishes. Once you have your recipe, start making your shopping list. And then before you go shopping, check your fridge and your pantry to see what you already have on hand. That'll save you time and money at the store. And then when you're ready to start shopping, we make it as easy as possible to shop online at Amazon Fresh, at Whole Foods Market, at our local grocer partners. And you can get free same-day delivery if you are a subscriber. And if not, for Thanksgiving, you just build your basket and you can get your groceries delivered same day. So planning early, plan ahead, and take advantage of great deals, which I will share some of those in a little bit.
So what are your go-to tips for making Thanksgiving just generally less stressful?
Yes, great question. Also, Thanksgiving is all about the food, but it's also about friends and family. And so you don't want to spend the entire day in the kitchen. So my biggest tip is to prepare things early. You can start chopping your vegetables the day before, the night before, put them in the refrigerator, especially some of those harder vegetables like your celery, your carrots, your onions. Just do things in advance is my first tip for making it stress-free. Second is really to lean into pre-made foods. Nobody has to know that something isn't homemade. One of my favorite pre-made dishes is the mashed sweet potatoes from Amazon Kitchen. So heat and eat, you can put some marshmallows on top and it's just like homemade. And then my last tip for stress-free is to think about dessert. More people eat dessert at Thanksgiving than at any other meal throughout the year. So also go store-bought. We have some really amazing options at Amazon Fresh. We've got a $4.99 Amazon Fresh pie. We have 2-bite brownies, and we have my favorite award-winning Aplenty salted caramel mascarpone cheesecake, which is always a huge hit.
And leftovers tend to be inevitable after a big meal. How do we turn them into something fresh and maybe exciting?
Yeah, the best thing about Thanksgiving is that it's basically meal prep for the next few days. You've got dinner that day, but then you can have breakfast, you can have lunch. Some of my favorite options are turkey sliders. I love to take the turkey and then to use some of these Amazon Fresh biscuits and put some gravy on top. And then if you want to turn it into breakfast, you can add an egg on there. Another breakfast dish of mine that's a favorite is to reuse some of those chopped vegetables, mix them up with some eggs, some of the potatoes, and have a delicious Thanksgiving mash for breakfast the next day.
And grocery prices are pretty much in everybody's mind this year. So how is Amazon Fresh helping families kind of stretch their budgets while still trying to deliver those great holiday meals?
We are helping customers stretch their budgets even further this year. We have an amazing deal where you can feed up to 6 people for less than $30. So that's less than $5 a person, which is one of the absolute best deals around. We've got an amazing deal of a 49-cent a pound frozen butterball turkey. So also going back to the first point of starting early, you could buy that turkey today, put it in your freezer, and you're ready to go for Thanksgiving. We also have amazing Thanksgiving staples that are up to 30% off. If you're a Prime member, you get an additional 10% off of our private label products, including, again, my favorite Amazon Kitchen mashed potatoes. We've got Amazon Fresh sour cream, the biscuits, the stuffing, really everything that you need for Thanksgiving. Again, you can get for under $5 a person when you shop at Amazon Fresh this holiday season.
All right, so where can our viewers go to shop for their Thanksgiving essentials?
Viewers can go to amazon.com/fresh to start shopping today.
Meredith Bunche, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And that's it for Rise and Unwind. Thanks for tuning in and checking out the show. Until next week, that was Rise and Unwind.